Hello viewers and welcome back to the GonzoEwok channel with me, Gonzo.
Me, Ewok.
For another episode of
Geordie Space Programme.
Ewok, I've got a little bone to pick with you.
Have you now, mate? Have you?
I do have a bit of a bone to pick to you. Can you remember last episode? Specifically the last minute of last episode.
Yeah.
Can you remember that?
Yeah, it's pretty hard for me to forget.
Why don't you just explain what you did at the end of last episode?
Well, to really put that into context, we have to explain...
Shut it. Explain what you did to these dear viewers to the massive space wang that we sent up.
I blew it up by accident.
Yep.
And killed two Kerbals that were on board.
Yep.
Fruitlessly, and without even the pleasure of getting to see an explosion.
You wasted 100 grand of money. You killed two people, all for you hitting the wrong button. You hit the wrong kill switch.
I did.
In any event, what are we going to do today then?
Well, because I blew up the space station that we got into orbit, have you noticed that that's not progressing the time there when I'm spinning it, so we're going to have to launch at night, unfortunately. But yeah, because I accidentally destroyed our space station, we're going to have to send another space station up. At a cost of 178,000.
Yeah.
And two Kerbals.
So, put some new crew in. Who we got next? Hang on, Berlin and Ned are back.
It's very confusing.
I think actually there's there's some new difficulty settings in the game. There might be a setting for permanently kill the crew. It's a bit of a strange one. Bear with reviewers.
Missing crew respawn. Get rid of that. We'll get rid of missing. Right? Okay. Allow reverted flight. No, we don't want reverted flight. We'll keep quick loading because
just on the off chance
because
there's a bug with the game.
There's sometimes bugs.
Yeah.
No, we don't want indestructible facilities. Auto hire crew members before flight. No, we don't want that.
Right, yeah, that should be alright.
Okay, we're now on custom, or as I like to think of it, like pretty hardcore there.
Now that does mean that we have still got those crewmen.
I could kill them. I mean, it's only right.
Well, I think we should maybe kill them at another time. That would make a good episode, working out a way to destroy them. Or a little mini-sode that we can put up at some point.
I could put them in their spaceship and then just dump them in space somewhere.
Nah, they deserve a bit more of a fiery experience.
They deserve a fiery death. Okay, well...
You can't save Ned to then bring him back to send them up to just get out again.
Well,
a huge
that's
cost.
A bit of a strange one. I would think it would take them a while to respawn, though, not happen straight away.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a bit of a funny one, that. In any event, we'll not agonise about it. We've seen how this rocket was built. If you haven't watched last episode, we're just going to punt it up and get that thing into a nice tasty orbit, and then we'll work out what we're going to do after that.
Yeah.
So,
probably send up a module and see if we can try and attach a module to it to really get it going.
Aye, that sounds like not too bad an idea. Maybe send like some fuel stock up or something like that. Get a decent fuel reserve.
Yeah, even
just so it's there. That's paving the way for future stuff. All right, so we're going up.
Apologies for the nighttime launch, but it wasn't letting me skip forward in time from the space centre there.
You know, Ewok, I've got a ridiculous sense of deja vu going on right now.
It's bizarre, isn't it?
I know. It's kind of crazy.
It's almost like this sort of thing has happened before.
Yeah, almost.
But at least people have had a week to take a break from it. I hope they enjoyed the last couple of seconds of the last episode, because if they didn't, then it was all for nothing.
Yeah.
But if it gave people a chuckle, it was really back to the old ineptitude of the Geordie Space
I have noticed in my comments that people have been complaining that actually this series so far we've been doing things fairly well. There hasn't been enough explosion or enough catastrophic failure. So
I mean, it was a pretty catastrophic failure. It was a shame it wasn't more visual.
Yeah.
It would have been nice to see like the blood and the screams and the fiery explosion. Especially because the explosions in this new version of
that's
of
very
Kerbin
pretty.
with the wispy smoke that comes up off them. It's quite enthralling, really. It almost makes you want to just blow stuff up.
Well, we've never had that problem before in the past, have we? Even when the explosions didn't look as nice, we didn't have any problem with seeing some nice ones. All right, get it up.
Get your space wang up.
Yeah, raise your space wang.
Raise your space wang.
So we'll get this thing up, and then quickly see if we can. I suppose we could use this launch vehicle, although it's incredibly expensive. Some would say hella expensive, but maybe get a massive fuel tank in the middle, and then get that up. How confident are you with rendezvousing with a space station and docking?
Oh God, not at all.
Right. Okay. Then maybe we should come back to that one. Then maybe we should just get this up and then do something else.
No, we'll give it a go. We've got the money to spend. I mean, I could always make an automated craft if you're worried about killing a Kerbal.
No, it's not so much that. It's just, and it's not even so much the money anymore. To be fair, we're kind of loaded for the time being because we're not doing anything ridiculously expensive.
I could probably pull it off, I think.
I'm more concerned about we end up with a 45-minute video where we do what we did in the last video, and then we end up with like 45 minutes of you trying unsuccessfully to try and dock or something.
Yeah.
I'm concerned about that.
I wouldn't be overly concerned about that. I mean,
overly. What do you mean by overly?
Operation Ned-Aid we did very quickly, and we got very, very close to him. We got close enough that we could see him as he flew by, and you know, he's a Kerbal. This is a station. I'm bound to be able to rendezvous with a station.
Aye. Well, famous last words.
But we'll have this thing in orbit before you know it, mate. In fact, we could leave the escape craft on there and bring it down at a future time. There's no need to bring that back straight away.
Yeah,
it's there
true.
If anyone wants to come back, they can hop in there.
It's a good idea, like a capsule, like a lifeboat.
Yeah,
that makes sense. A one-man lifeboat.
One-man lifeboat for a space station that can house, what is it?
Six. Yeah, 4 passengers and 2 guys in the lab. What happens is basically you then have like Battle Royale in space at the time where anybody needs to come back. 6 Kerbals are there, 1 Kerbal comes home.
6 Kerbals, 1 life raft.
2 Kerbals, 1 cup.
No, let's not make that video.
Right, okay. Let's get burning.
Let's get burning.
Let's get burning. What was that game back in the day where Let's Get Digging and they made a daft... there was a hidden sound file where they'd made a song of all the sound files.
It wasn't a Stronghold game, but it was like a Stronghold
very similar
alike
to it. Yeah, somebody's bound to remember it. It was a top-down thing where you kind of had like an open field battle.
Yeah, I had it. I remember.
Yeah.
Where's the ship on the bloody? Yeah? Where are we? Oh, no, is that us? No, that's the pork sword. Where are we?
Go back into the
Space Centre.
Aye,
and then come back.
Just seems to have not loaded up Wycon. Which was a little bit tricky.
Yeah, it could make it quite difficult to work out what you're doing.
Where we went.
There we are.
Oh,
you see, that's why I blew it up last time, because it was in the debris menu.
All you've got to do is read the names. You see how it doesn't say debris?
If it said it was in the debris menu, then that must mean that the
probe core.
The probe core wasn't working. Probably because of the way it was attached.
Well, we'll find out when we get up. Well, we probably won't, because we're going to leave that attached.
Yeah, maybe for the best, actually.
In any event, let's not let you find a way to weasel your way out of it.
Right, so we're at 89 there, we're at 83 there.
Distraction.
I'm just going to super quickly zip around and boost that periapsis up to around 90 as well.
Alright, we can manage that. So...
See, the beautiful thing is, because we went into orbit straight away, my theory is, which was shot up, we did my usual burn, we went into orbit straight away, so my theory is, if we go into a similar orbit straight away, then we shouldn't be too far away from the space station once we first get up there.
Yeah, I mean that's...
in theory that works. A bit of my understanding of
I don't know how that actually,
is a little bit limited.
Yeah, I don't know how exactly that does hold up, because you've got to remember different crafts will need to reach different orbital velocities.
They'll get up at different speeds and whatnot, but it should be like 1,000,000 kilometres away,
at most it's going to be like 90 kilometres away, because it'll go up into an orbit. It's either on the ground and it's 90 kilometres away, or it's up in space and it's less than 90 kilometres.
I don't know, I think you're simplifying that. Because
right,
that is more than 90 kilometres away.
Do you a little bit burn?
Like if it was at that point, that would be more than 90 kilometres away.
Not if you stood in the same place for a full year.
Difficult to do when you're caught in a planet's gravitational pull.
As the old saying goes, even a stopped clock is right twice a day. Even a stationary Kerbal is 90 kilometres away from a massive space wang once a year. Right, there we are. Right, so we had this last time as well. The things came up. Oh, they're actually drifting away nicer this time.
Yeah,
cleaner separation.
Maybe it's because
that's quite pretty.
Right, let's
get the lights on. So on. The lights are to say, please don't kill me.
Now we'll have to make sure that the lights don't kill the power.
Yeah.
Faster than the panels.
We're on the dark side of the planet here as well, so there should be a good test. At least I think we are. So we'll probably see the power draining.
Yeah, we are on the dark side of the planet. It's draining very slowly.
Incredibly slowly, and that's on the dark side.
It's going up slightly.
Yeah, well...
Oh no, it is going down slightly.
But that's fine. That's fine.
So that is it. That is the body of our space station.
Yep.
And we're going to leave it there.
Yep.
Without blowing it up or anything. In fact, we're going to... change it into a space station.
Yep.
On the map. And click OK.
Hopefully that'll stop you doing what you did last time. The look you gave me there. Obviously the viewers won't have appreciated that, but I'll appreciate it.
Debris, 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 debris.
Yeah, get rid of that.
Massive space wank.
Space Monkey's baby debris, was that from a couple episodes ago?
Oh, I have no idea. I am all over the place.
Yep, get rid of all that. Should be 4 of them for those big orange tanks. Now we've just got Space Wank Station.
Space Wank Station? Are we renaming it?
We'll leave it just as Massive Space Wank, but I think we'll probably end up referring to it as Space Wank Station.
Okay.
And eventually it'll become Wang Lab once it gets big enough, and then we can classify it as a Space Lab. Then we'll have Wang Lab.
Right. The massive space one.
So, what we want to do is design a module which we can send up and attach.
So we'll take that off.
Yep.
We'll take that off.
Yep. We need a huge reserve of fuel. Now I think the biggest things we've got are those. They weigh quite a bit though. Let's just double check how much they weigh compared to like
what we took up
module
basically.
in the lab. Yeah.
Right, so that's got a massive 2.5 for the storage container.
Right.
So that's 3.5, so it's a combined massive 6.
That's not very much at all.
It's not very much at all compared to one of these that has
they're fully laid.
36.
Right, okay then. Your cat's on the microphone. It's off the microphone.
I'm not surprised the way you shouted at it. So that's a lot heavier.
Much heavier. I wouldn't fancy our chances much of getting that much fuel up with what we've built.
Yeah.
So, we need more. That makes sense.
More
power. Well, let's get this right. We're going to need some way of docking that thing onto the space station. So how do we go about docking it?
Well, a docking port would generally come in handy, which we will find under utility. There it is, and that one goes on that way around, except.
You'll need to attach it to the underside of that probe core. You'll need to put the docking.
Let's get rid of that.
Right.
Right, we'll have to take that if we're taking a person.
Yep. We could attach the docking port to the front of that.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that makes some good sense.
So the docking port goes there.
Yep. Just like if you hold down Alt, it'll snap to it. That was a new feature from 25.
Very
Quite
cool.
Nice, yeah.
Right, so that is how we'll get onto it. We're going to need a fair bit of RCS.
Yeah, and the tanks to match.
Because we're going to need to dock it using RCS.
Yep. Probably be enough, I guess. And a fair old
I don't know. It's going to move like a pig. This thing, frankly. So we're going to need some RCS canisters on it.
Yep. That's nice. Probably some more solar panels. Because once it's docked, I think the electricity transfer should pass across through the docking port, I think.
It will.
Yeah.
Everything should.
So get some of them on as well, just for good measure.
Now, I'm not confident, you see, about...
The other thing that we're going to need, though, is we're going to attach this.
Mm-hmm.
Can we, if we attach this, say, on one side of the space station,
Yes.
so it's docked in one of the ports, if something else comes along and docks in one of the other ports, will it be able to transfer the fuel all the way over? Like through the lab to the...
Yes.
Cool. That just wanted to double check that before we make a complete biscuit of ourselves.
We could add another docking port on the bottom of this.
Probably makes sense, to be honest.
So we can stick something else on it.
Yep. Just keep building this thing, just whenever we're fancy. Launch something up. I still don't know quite how we're going to get this into space.
Oh yeah, I haven't got that far.
Basically, what we've got... I'll tell you what, this might work. Do you see how we've got the launch stage that we made before there? It's just sitting on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
We could put one underneath, and then maybe attach 4 or 5 via clusters around it. That might work.
4 or 5.
Yeah, like attach one underneath what we've got at the minute, and then attach like 4 or 5 in with horizontal decouplers around it.
I don't know. We're still increasing the weight of this thing by a margin of about 6.
Yeah.
And it's just adding just a couple more.
It might do it. I don't know. We're kind of into the unknown here. This is an incredibly heavy thing that we're building.
Well, let's drop that down there. It's not as symmetrical as you might like, but tough. Can we even fit these engines on here?
You can. I mean, that looks a bit rickety. How much is that costing me? 267 grand. Officially the most expensive thing that we've contemplated. To put some fuel in space. I see no reason why that wouldn't be a good thing. Certainly worth a go.
I don't think it's enough yet, frankly.
Maybe put something underneath it.
Now we're going to need an engine on that at some point. We're going to need something on the bottom.
Could we put another one of them underneath?
Oh, well, we're going to need an engine to actually dock it, or to get an intercept. Not as huge an engine. One of them might do.
Yeah. I mean, they're quite heavy as well, mind. Here's an idea. What we can do, we can use the fuel that we've got in the orange tank there as well, you know, the reserve. If we'll just run fuel lines from the outside ones to the top one, and then we'll just have to manually pump fuel through before we eject them, just to make sure we've got a... Oh, no.
Well, it's always going to have
yeah.
the maximum amount of fuel in it.
I realised my stupidity as I started talking.
Right, how we're doing... Right, that's fine. That's all good.
Yeah.
And whoever flies this is going to end up joining the crew of the space station.
Indeed.
So that's fine. That's fine. What am I doing?
I have no idea. You want to get the things from the girders on the outside? Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Add another one on the bottom. Another mainsail.
Alright. It's quite big. Yeah, I probably won't cut the mustard. Alright, and then... Whew. And that's quite big.
Thank you.
That's quite big to get something in a 90-kilometre orbit.
That's quite a lot of fuel to burn to get that much fuel to a space station.
But
it's not exactly cost effective.
It's the prestige that will have it there, and that's something that will come in handy later. That fuel one day will thank our lucky stars that we've got it up there.
Those engines fire that that wants to be with the rest of the mainsails, and they pop off. And that one at the bottom, is that one?
Nah.
Oh, what's that one?
It'll be the one at the top.
This one.
Aye. Yeah. We've got parachutes on this still.
We don't need parachutes.
Yeah, I don't think parachutes would do any good in this situation.
So those
They
engines fire, then they fall off. Then I've got 6 mainsails and the 7th mainsail.
Yeah.
And we'll throw them away.
Well,
No,
those decouplers
that's,
can go together. Yeah. Because they'll all
there.
burn at the same time. Yep.
What's that one? Oh, we do have parachutes. Where are they?
Sitting on the top. Get rid of
Useless.
them. And that final decoupler you want underneath the stage 1 engine.
That one. So what's that one then? Oh, that's that one.
Yeah, for some reason the parachutes are still there in stage 1 as well.
There's them.
Right.
So those engines fire, then we drop them off. Then the 6 main sails fire.
Yep.
And then
All of
we
it
throw
detaches.
all of it off.
Yep.
And then that engine goes. And what's that there for? Oh yes, because that's to drop off right at the end after we've docked.
Yeah. Once
To
we've docked.
reveal the extra docking port at the bottom.
Yeah.
Save.
Expendable.
It's going to have to be because I don't expect them to come back. Nettled has been saved.
Time and time again.
And he's been saved by the game itself.
Yep.
When he should have died. I really don't think this is going to go.
Well, we'll certainly try.
I think it's too heavy with not enough thrust.
Well, it's probably very true, let's be honest. Another nighttime launch. Oh, something bad's happened.
Yeah, the runway
Launch!
exploded.
Oh, hang on, it's wobbling. Oh, that can't be good for anything.
Well, there's Nettled gone.
I'm most disappointed. Something survived. Something survived. Recover that.
It's got to take ages to try and recover that.
Right, can you remember 2 episodes ago we said 164 grand in 10 seconds cost us?
Yeah,
That was a 286 grand rocket that just sat and destroyed a 64 grand. Well, it's fixed now. Right, we've spent 600 grand in the last 2 episodes.
How much have we got left?
900,000.
Okay, this is going to be the last attempt.
Yeah.
If this doesn't work out, then we're going to need to do
We
some
were
serious
wobbling,
fundraising again.
wobbling a little bit at the top as well.
We were, yes. That needs strutted up.
Yeah, get some struts going from the from those bad boys, right up. Nice. Should be okay. Who's in it?
Not
Ned
Jed.
Old.
The last white coat.
Oh God, the body count's rocketed in the last couple of episodes.
It really has.
Jeez.
Well, Ned Old is dead as dead.
Yeah, you can't get much more dead than that. That's probably the biggest explosion we've ever had. Okay. Careful. You want to make sure that you detach your staging engines with the detach. Yeah. Christ, that could have been dangerous.
You ready?
Yeah. Oh.
We're moving.
Maybe that nice new launch pad that we've got underneath's fairly canny, isn't it?
So once you've got a certain amount of weight, you really need to use those structural support girders.
We've learnt that very expensive and hard way. Now, we're not getting much speed. Well, actually, the speed's not ridiculous.
It's not too bad. It's
In
better
low
than I
atmosphere.
thought it was going to be.
We shall see how we get on.
So that's half of that gone. We might get up to about 7,000.
If it does, that's job done. That's pretty canny, all things considered.
You think?
Yeah, that's not too bad at all.
We've got no batteries on this thing.
Oh, that's a shame.
So when we get into orbit, I might have to put a couple of the solar panels out when I try and do the docking.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Once we're in space, bung them out. We'll manage. Whoosh.
So yeah, we got about 7,000.
Yep. And
Not a bad guess on my part.
Yep, our speed's really kind of starting to climb now that we've jettisoned that extra weight. We're burning through that fuel.
Yeah, I'm still not
Creating some
confident, mate.
Lovely pyrotechnics going.
Still not confident at all.
If it gets us into space, that's good enough. We can then try and work out a rendezvous. Yeah, I know what you're saying though, we're eating through that fuel fairly quick. We're basically going to end up attaching an empty fuel tank to the spaceship if we can.
Should have worked out exactly where the space station was when we shot up. We should have waited till it was right above her.
Yeah, well, we'll
But we
manage.
didn't. We're just in it. Quite a bit ahead of her, really.
We'll work something out. I'm sure we'll figure it.
Well, I'm not going to manage the intercept, I don't think, mate.
Well, try your best. See what we're going to achieve.
Well, with that amount of fuel left,
Well, no, remember, we've got the
a little
the
tank.
poodle engine. Yeah, this is really, if this gets us into an orbit,
Oh shit!
it's quite a hefty orbit. It's the first time you've sworn quite some time as well. I've been trying to watch my language.
I've been trying to be good.
Okay.
Well, if I do it like that, then it'll eventually intercept.
That's very true. We might be waiting a while, but it'll probably do it. At some point, it will intercept.
That's true.
Yeah, I'd say just do it. That means our speed's higher, so we'll probably end up catching it up. 16 seconds.
Oh, look, there's a little arrow pointing towards the manoeuvre node.
That's quite nice.
That's really bloody handy.
A nice feature.
16-second burn.
Alright. Alright. Getting there. Yeah, I think we need to stop with these ridiculously expensive follies for a little while after we've...
The electric charge is going down quite quickly.
Yes. Once these engines fire, though, these engines will charge it back up. These aren't like the little bus engines.
Yeah, but we've still got to get through another 2 minutes before the engines fire again.
Balls. Turn off your SAS. The RCS is alright on. But your SAS would be using it to try and stabilise the rocket. That'll still give you some control. As soon as we fire them engines anyway, I find.
Yeah, and then once we get rid of the big engines, we can get the panels out.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't feel like this has been a particularly successful...
You think?
Oh, crap. Oh, get the SAS on.
Yeah, you need the SAS back on. They're alright. That's sort of doing it.
Sort of doing it. I mean, I veered off pretty badly there.
You know what?
Get rid of that. Set as target.
Yeah, that's not an orbit, is it? Because our periapsis there is 32,000.
I've got fuel left.
Yeah, it's just...
I just need to push it up to 90 so we've got the intercept. Eventually. I mean, it'll take a while to get there.
It will. It will. But we've got this up. It's not too bad.
So, you know, we're only miles and miles and miles away.
But we're in the ballpark, though. That's the thing. Maintain some positivity here. We can do this.
Or should I just keep going round in circles and see how closer we get each time?
We could do.
So I've got 90
Probably
there.
going to take years.
It'll not take years. Satellites crash into each other all the time.
That's not what we're going for, though. We're not going for satellites crashing into each other. Still drifting. Still not much happening.
Yeah, we've got to get around to that point before it'll move again. It's going faster than us.
I think it probably is. It might catch us up at this rate.
It could do. Well, we're going to have to keep the banter going if we're insisting on doing this.
We'll see what's going to happen. We'll see what happens to those nodes once we get around again. Once we pass it by.
We could do it in real time. So what's the difference between... It's got 9347. You see, I'm really close in terms of the actual height. See, so it's creeping round there. It's going to take a few orbits before we get there.
A few?
But look at the fuel situation. There's no way I can try and adapt for the intercept. Oh, hang on.
No, remember, we have got the Poodle engine. We have got another stage. We've got a Poodle engine there ready to go.
Yeah, but it's got very little fuel on it.
It's true, but it's, we're in space now, and it's quite an efficient engine. I'm not saying it's the best engine in the world, but it's fairly efficient.
Well, I need to get rid of these bits anyway. Shall I drop them?
Yeah.
See, I'm going to need that to actually get to it.
Yeah.
Once we've got a decent intercept, if it doesn't clip off.
I was going to say, I just wriggle your way out of that thing.
Because once we've got the intercept, or once we've got a reasonable intercept, I've still got to then get right up to it.
Then all the rest, I know. It's getting further away.
Yeah, but it'll come around. Well, intercept point's always going to be around here.
I think this is probably something we should look at doing off camera and then come back. I know we're not a big fan of editing, but I don't think we should make people watch we do that. Why can't we put them out? And we should be back, in theory. Hopefully, if you're still watching this video, that's only been a few seconds for you. It's probably been a nightmare for Ewok here to do the editing. But we've been watching, probably taking about 10 minutes, do you say?
I think we should fade back out again and do another lap.
All right, bye.
We'll see you in another lap. And we're back, just about to cross the threshold.
It's still quite a distance.
It's 1.75 kilometres away.
So like I was saying before, we have been talking for the last 15 minutes. Some of it might have made into some of the editing that you've just seen. There might not even be any editing. It might be the most boring video we've put up in the entire world.
That depends.
So we've decided now that we're fairly close. That did take a bit of time to do, but you're now doing a little bit of fine-tuning to see if you can bring your intercept a little bit closer, eh?
1.3 kilometres is close enough for me.
It's not bad. 8 seconds as well. That's not bad at all.
So we are going to have to use some of the fuel, regretfully.
No, remember, we'll put that little extra bit on for the poodle.
Well, yeah, but we're going to have to use some of that fuel.
Yeah, but that's okay. I mean, that's designed to come off anyway at the very end if we need to.
Indeed.
So that's alright.
Do not want to overshoot my burn, because I'm not doing that again.
No, that was absolutely ridiculous, mate. We're not going to go anywhere near that.
Well, it was either wait or...
Right. Here we go. Get your 4 seconds and shoot. Textbook. 1.3 kilometres. That's doable. That's very doable.
That's well, 2 kilometres actually.
Well.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we need to do another lap. I probably won't edit it this time because it's only one lap.
Yeah, hopefully people will bear with for the 30 or so seconds. I didn't eat... How low is that periapsis? Oh no, that's okay. I was looking at the periapsis at the bottom there, the yellow one, but that's the space wang.
So when we get to our intersect point, what I need to do is match our speed to the same speed as the massive space wang.
You can see it's coming down fairly close together as we approach it.
What matching the speed means, of course, is burning retrograde.
Yep. You've moved to prograde there.
I haven't moved.
Oh, it's just turning, is it? It's okay, but you'll notice that the target speed actually has came down a lot there as we get close to it. It's actually not bad at all. It's not going to take much to get relative to it.
Again, my retrograde seems to be in a funny place.
Just got to.
But we thought that last time, didn't we?
We did. We just trusted it, and it worked. I think.
So if it works again, that's fine.
I've got that set as target. Yeah, it sort of makes sense. Saying retrograde is
away from target. It doesn't want to be away from.
Well, just tickle your throttle and see what happens to the target speed there on the nav ball. At the minute, there's a difference of 82 meters a second, which is fairly quick. So you want to tickle it when you're close and see what that does.
Well, we want to standardise our orbit with it so that we're going around together.
I'm just leaning across the just a quick save on the off chance that something goes wrong here, because we are trusting the nav ball and the nav ball might be wrong. I think that's legit.
Or if the nav ball is wrong. No, it's fine. It seems to... No, I don't know. It seems to be a bit...
Just try it and see what happens to that target speed. You've just got to kill it, basically. Get that to naught, and we're fine. Might want to just check it out. Right, well that seems okay.
It does. It seems to be using a lot of fuel.
It should be alright. It should be alright. Just bring that down. I want to slow down a touch. Just bring weight in. Yeah, you want to get that really down to naught if you can.
No, we're alright. Right, where's my target?
There it is. 2 kilometres away.
I reckon I can start pushing towards it now, matey.
You reckon? Just keep an eye on your target velocity. We don't want to shunt it. Just trying to get nice and close. This is quite exciting. If we actually pull this off, I'll be well impressed. This is like somebody who knows what they're doing playing. So there we go. We can see that, yeah, prograde marker is right over the target, which means we're going towards it.
Probably want to be going a little bit faster than that if we're going to get there any time today.
Yeah, a little bit, but let's not go nuts, you know.
What's a fuel?
We do. But this is the fuel from the main tank as well, remember, so...
Yeah, but once we get close enough, I'll be manoeuvring using monopropellant.
Yeah.
Right, it'll take no more than 20 seconds to come to a stop, I would think.
Cool. Well, we'll keep an eye on it then. Just bring yourself back around. Oh yeah, we're creeping up on it fairly sharpish there.
Yeah, I want to stop burning immediately, don't I?
Yeah. But that's not bad, you know. Probably slow it down a touch. 20 metres a second, so what's that? 20 by 5, 10 seconds, I'd burn. Yeah. Basically now, 35, no. Yeah, 35 seconds. Be 30 seconds. Because if we're going 10 metres per second, means we're 20 seconds. Yeah, we're going to be 20 seconds away. Yeah, and we're fairly close to it, man. That's pretty good going. It's 15 seconds. 12, 11, 10. Always got a blind spot for 11s. When I'm doing countdowns, I usually miss 11s out. Nice. Okay, yeah, I'd bring that target velocity down to 0, and then just bring you in with the RCS. And we're there.
Ah! What's going on?
You press space with the engine throttled up.
Crap.
Yeah, we're kind of screwed here. Where it's pushing into it, so it's just thrown it out. So once again, we spend ages doing something, and then right at the end,
I'm trying to shake it loose.
That's probably not going to happen, and even when it does, we're already miles away from it and losing speed rapidly. Yeah, that's not worked. We're now wildly out of control with no way of getting back.
So once again, I screw it up at the last second.
See, it's trying to get off though. Yeah, we're just going to sit here until it burns all of our fuel.
Goodbye, massive space.
That wasn't great.
It wasn't great.
That was in fact tragic. We were 100 metres away and slowed down. And what did you do? I see a little flurry of activity out the corner of my eye.
I didn't mean to press the button. My finger just brushed across it.
It's the most pathetic thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Look at this. Look at it, the space wagon, majestic, sweeping across the plate. What are you doing now? Oh, well,
that craft is doomed.
What are you going to try and save? Is this Berlin? He's going to be at it forever, man. You won't have enough fuel to get himself there. Yeah. Sorry, viewers. Again, this has probably been another long one for incredibly frustrating little progress. I mean, this has been an absolute washout, I'll be honest with you. So, we've spent 300 grand to bring another mouth to feed into space if he manages to get there.
No, he's not going to get there.
No.
Goodbye.
Oh dear. Yeah, I think, to be honest, it's probably about time to call it quits, if I'm honest, pal.
Oh no, I don't want to.
It's been long and frustrating.
I want to save this Kerbal.
You're just twanging around in space. Yeah, it's miles away and getting further all the time. They've both left with. They've both left with. They've both left with.
Do you want to wrap this one up then?
Seems kind of pointless to do so, to be honest. But, as always, if for some godforsaken awful reason, like you've been struck down with some sort of plague that's made you very silly and you want to like the video, by all means you can do. It always helps us out a great deal and we like to see it. You may want to subscribe and watch some of our other videos where we're not quite as massive a failure as we've been on this one. You can always follow it on YouTube and Twitter as well, just to check in and see what we're up to as well. We're like to be fairly active with the small community that we've built up. And we shall see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
We shall see you in the next video. Goodbye. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome back to the GonzoEwok channel. We just let Berlin sort of drift towards the space wang, and we may yet save him. We've clearly lost the space wang itself, or the space wang Mark II, whatever you'd like to call it.
The fuel reserve's gone. We're never going to see that again. We'll just need to accept it.
But we have a Kerbal that we may be able to save, and if we can save a man, then I mean that's a huge achievement. So yeah, false ending. We're back. You wouldn't have seen.
Yeah, we were just commiserating each other over how pathetic would been at the very end of the episode. There.
Well, by commiserating each other, what we mean is that I was being sort of abused verbally and a little bit physically.
Yeah, well, you deserved it. Let's be honest. I don't think anybody would disagree with us. If the police show up, I'll tell them the same, and they'll be like, "Well, yeah, you probably did the right thing." But this looks as though actually, provided he doesn't dash his brains off it, we might have just saved this little fella. So, you know, that's not too bad. The last of the white coats. Okay, you know what? I'll take back some of the blows to the head that you were going to get after the previous blows to the head.
Hey!
We're back.
We're back.
Okay, we'll see you in the next episode.
Goodbye.
Nice. Everyone likes a false ending.